Good evening and welcome to the February 27th, 2003 meeting of the Speedway Redevelopment Commission. I'll call our meeting to order at 6:02 this evening. With me tonight is our Vice President, Sean Harold, Secretary Chris Meeder, our members Rhonda Schwartz and Adam Young, School Representative Eric Roseborough, our Economic Director Todd Cook, and in the audience with us tonight is our Executive Assistant Eder Lopez. So I have confirmed we have a quorum and proper notice was given of our meeting. Is there any public comment tonight? Anyone who'd like to come to the podium? Todd, did we receive anything via?
I did not.
Okay, great. All right, next is the consent of our meeting minutes from our January 23rd meeting. Those were previously distributed. Any other comments or corrections? All right, seeing none, I will approve those by consent. Next on our agenda is the approval of claims and expenses for the month. Any items that need discussion or things to point out, Todd?
I think everything's pretty much a recurring expense. I had a couple of meetings that I attended downtown, and so there's some parking and a lift charge on there. Those are maybe not typical, but everything else is, I think, fairly regular.
The only item was the zoning review professional services from Edeka Group. I think we'll kind of continue the conversation on that one and just get some more background as to why that's on here and if it truly does come to us. So I think if it's okay with everybody, we'll approve this tonight pending further discussion on that one line item. If that's all right. All right. Well, with that, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve claims and expenses as we see them today.
I have a motion and a second.
I'll second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approving the expenses as submitted pending the Edeka Group line item, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 5-0. All right, next on our agenda is the director's report from Mr. Todd Cook.
Sure, thank you. Well, it was it was kind of a short month for me as I was on vacation the first week of the month, and we also had a holiday in there. So I think this is the shortest month that I've had since I've been on board. I would say, a couple of unique activities over the past month. We had, I know a few of you were on the Borage Dusty Boots tour. Those projects coming along really well, and I thought they shared a lot of good information. So if you didn't get to attend and would like to do a walkthrough sometime, just let me know, and they would be happy to accommodate us there. Also, I participated, was recruited by the Metropolitan Planning Organization, the MPO. They wanted to talk to the excluded cities and towns in Marion County about housing issues. They've retained a consultant, a national consultant, to look at housing issues throughout the MPO area, which is the Marion County and the surrounding counties. So, be interesting to see where that goes. The folks from Lawrence also came over. We hosted the meeting here, and then they were on their way to meet with Beech Grove and Southport. So that was on Valentine's Day, actually. Also, Eder and I met with the gate arm guy. We're trying to get to the bottom of that. We do have a monthly expense that the SRC will be responsible for operating those. We can have, multiple folks registered to operate those. So if you want to have the app on your phone and be able to operate that gate arm, let me know. But we're getting closer to getting those operational.
And for the folks that are in the audience, can you explain where those gate arms are located?
Sure. They are at the lot that we constructed next to USAC and the lot that we constructed next to the Speedway gas station on 16th Street. So those will be operational soon.
Fantastic.
And that was kind of what I had. Obviously, we've been working a lot on the hotel project. I think we're making some good progress there. That takes a lot of my time. But, we've got a couple of other items down here under old business. I'll touch on those a little bit later.
All right. Thank you very much. Moving on to our next agenda item is a new business, and that is our annual report for the SRC. And we actually have a visitor tonight, Jennifer Hudson, with us from London Witty Group to kind of walk us through that murky but very important topic. So
Right.
Thanks for being here.
You're welcome. So legislatively, the SRC is required to provide an annual report to the commission and then to council. And then the report is uploaded to Gateway, which is the Indiana Department of Local Government Finance portal where it will reside. So some of the requirements are to identify who the redevelopment commission members are, who is on the redevelopment authority, salaries for any folks that are associated with or manage the redevelopment commission. You have to report revenues, expenditures, and fund balances for TIF-related items only, so not the operating side of the SRC, but this is the TIF side. This is how the TIF revenues are actually spent. And then debt obligations, how much debt service was paid in 2022, how much is remaining, when did the bonds pay off, that kind of information. The last page actually is for the redevelopment authority. So these are trust accounts associated with lease rental bonds that they have outstanding. None of the finances of the redevelopment authority flow through the SRC financials. It's all maintained at a trustee, U.S. Bank. So that's what these balances are their fund balances. Does anybody have any specific questions about the annual report? From here, it'll go to council. And then once council is presented with the annual report, then it can get uploaded into Gateway and pushed on. It has to be finalized by April 15th. And then your next step will be that by the middle of June, you have to alert the county as to whether you're going to pass through any of your incremental assessed value, which, as I think most of you know, that the revenues are significantly used for debt service. So something to keep in mind when we're going through that process.
Out of curiosity, when this gets posted to Gateway, is that a public portal?
So it is a public portal. These reports aren't made public for some reason.
Okay.
It gets entered and then submitted, and it goes
Filed.
Yes, filed. Perfect.
Great. Well, I know previously you've done a great job sitting down with all of us and running through this and explaining this kind of murky topic to us. So I really appreciate your diligence with that, and we'll keep the process going.
Yes, and I will have monthly financials that are submitted to you. January was just completed today while we're going through all the transition. So I will have February's within the next week or so, and then we'll get it to you guys. That'll have January and February at the same time. So if you have any questions about the cash flow, please just let me know, because it is a lot of numbers.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right,
Jennifer.
you're welcome.
So is this an item that we vote on to like approve the report?
I think we approve it at our next meeting.
Okay, great. All right, we have a couple items under our old business, which Todd alluded to. So first one up being the former American Insight next to Kohl's.
Yes. So we're in the process of getting appraisals on that. I've had several inquiries on it. So, getting an idea of what the value will be. We typically get 2 appraisals and average those 2 and kind of start there. I have one of the appraisals in, waiting on the second one. But I should get it. I hoped I was going to have it today, but I didn't. So I'll keep everybody in the loop on that when we get it. But one item that popped up was this parcel contains some of that right-of-way for Woolco Lane. So it was suggested that we maybe replat that lot, town keep the right-of-way.
So that is a town of Speedway Street, not a Brixmore Street?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So I'll have to, get a surveyor to help with that. So just wanted to make sure everybody was on board with that. We probably need to do that anyway, even if we don't end up selling it right away. Just get that. And it's still about an 1.5 acre parcel once the right-of-way's gone. So I was, maybe hoping we could get your consent to go ahead and take care of that.
Yeah, I think that's one of the parcels that was brought up during our comprehensive plan discussion, and I think we're kind of looking for highest and best use options for that site right now, so good information to have.
Yeah. And the other, just a quick update on the 5242 Crawfordsville Road building, the former Heaven Sent building. We had a pipe burst during the freeze back around Christmas. And so we had, I think I had corresponded with you all. We had a plumber that our DPW folks recommended, because we tried to fix it once and we couldn't do it in-house. So we brought in Carlisle Plumbing. They had given us a quote of $800 once they got the thing fixed. There were a couple of other issues, so it's another $400. So just wanted to make sure that everybody was okay with that, and that will take care of it.
And we're still kind of targeting an April 15th move-in for Audwin, is that correct?
Yeah, I'll get an update from him, but he was, I'm pretty sure that his lease ran. I was thinking it ran through April, but
Okay.
it might be March. It's been a minute since I looked at that. But the only thing we have left to do is getting like we're going to do a clean, do kind of a deep clean, and that'll be it. So we're working on getting the cost estimate for that as well. and I'll share that with the group.
The additional 400, is that just still the plumbing issue, or is that also drywall? and
That's just the plumbing.
Just the plumbing, so there's
Yeah.
going to be some additional for any kind of,
No, we're good there.
Okay.
So that's all that's all we need to do is
Okay.
the plumbing. So there wasn't any drywall damage or anything like that.
okay.
Great. All right. Is there any other upcoming events or announcements for the town that anybody would like to share?
The Chamber is promoting St. Patrick's Day on Main, March 17th, which is a Friday. NCAA basketball tournament will be started as well, so come on out.
And Lions?
Lions Club, pancake breakfast on
Yes.
Saturday, right?
This Saturday?
Saturday?
Yeah, at the high school.
At the high school.
8 to 11.
Yep.
That's always a great event.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good food, good company.
Yep. Good cause, that's for sure.
All right.
Community Development, the Centennial Planning Committee is having their kickoff meeting, I think it's March 16th here. So if you wanted to be part of that committee and plan our big 100-year party, everyone's welcome.
Okay, great. Yeah, it's going to be a big event for us, 100 years Speedway. That's a lot to celebrate, so it's exciting. We do have a special session coming up for the SRC on
13th.
13th?
Yep.
Yes. So that will be furthering our Wilshaw project, and hopefully that goes smoothly and continues to move on. So I guess we'll see you then. So I will adjourn our meeting at 6:19.